Take 92. Welcome to this week's video. This is so much harder to do than it seems. Usually I just do it in one take and I don't care, but I don't know, somehow this week it's just not coming together. Anyhow, okay, so this week has been a weird week. Tama had the stomach flu, I kind of got a fever and no appetite. I spent a day in bed with painters going in and out. It was very surreal. So anyway, we've come through the other end of it, and I still managed to get the entire hall primed. My intention was to start in on the color today, but I've spent my whole day working on this video, it seems. So we got some bad news from our roofer. The roofer came by, he was fixing an issue with one of the downspouts. And so he told, I think Tomas has known this news for a while. I think he's told Tomas this a while, but they've only just broken it to me, which is that despite being told when I bought this house that this roof, it's a slate roof on this house, was relatively new, sort of new within the last 25 years, that is definitely not the case. It's actually probably more like 50 or 75 years old, and it's failing. And a lot of the slate tiles are broken and are sliding out of position. And once they're broken, and there's really nothing you can do. You can't replace them with another piece of slate. You actually have to put metal in or something else to repair it. And so that's what Tomas did this winter when there was a leak in the third floor. So the roofer has told me that to re-roof this house would be in the neighborhood of about 200,000 euros. Yay! And so I've been just, kicking myself a little bit. Just, would I have bought this house if I'd known that? Should I have done better due diligence? I did hire an inspector. The problem is that unless you can get out onto this roof, which is really difficult to do, you're not going to see the extent of the damage. So you really, really have to get up on, sort of a cherry picker or something like that. So in retrospect, I really should have hired the roofer to come before I bought the house. Would I have still bought the house had I known? Probably. I probably would have offered less, but So anyway, here I am, the lovely recipient of 100 years of deferred maintenance, basically. And when I asked the roofer if it was possible to use a different material that maybe wasn't as expensive, he said that the French government actually fines you, because it's a historical house, the French government fines you for not using proper materials. So if I didn't use slate, I'd be fined for not using slate. So that's been interesting. I don't have any idea how I will ultimately pay for that, but So on to other news. I did sign a contract for doing a new kitchen and have refined the plan a little bit. So I had a lot of people in comments saying, why are you doing a brand new, modern looking kitchen, yada, yada, yada. As much as I really, really wanted to do, have an old piece and build the kitchen around that, finding the old piece was going to be not easy, because you're going to have to find a piece that fits perfectly and, all of that. And then I also really felt like the kitchen had to be super functional, because if I'm going to be hosting events here for, upwards of 12 people, then having an efficient kitchen, I think, is really key. So, I'm using, it's a pretty traditional door front, and I'm trying to figure out now with the floor tiles. I have found some floor tiles that I love, but they're really expensive. They're actually old. But I don't think I'm going to go that route because it's just a little bit out of the budget. So I might use something just as simple as sort of black and off-white tiles, just a checkerboard kind of pattern, which, you know, is always classic, I guess, and will resemble a little bit of what's there now. So anyhow, things are moving along, not as fast this week as I wanted them to, but there you go. And I've gotten my very first, I guess this is a sponsorship, collaboration, I don't know what you call it, but this company, WUUK, has sent me some sort of security doorbell type products. And so, I'll explain that in a second. So stay tuned. Okay, a bientôt. So I managed to connect the base station to the wireless system, the internet system, and then Tama put the doorbell up onto the wall. We struggled as to where to put it, just because we needed it to be seen both when the shutters are open and when they're closed. So we had to put it onto the masonry on the exterior of the chateau. And then we kind of set it all up and it worked. So WUUK is kind of an interesting company. It's, you know, they're very much into security and privacy and protecting all of that. And they're all about keeping things simple. And so through their app, you can speak and talk to whoever's at the door, and you get notifications whenever there is movement. You can set up the notifications however you want to receive them or not receive them. So anyway, it's a fairly handy service. So WUUK is offering a series of discounts to both US and Canadian Chateau Chronicle viewers until the end of March. So I've listed all of that information in the video description. So anyway, there we go. My very first sponsorship. Hope I did okay. Okay, how about a bit of brocanting? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm trying to be good. I'm looking for a mirror for the powder room. And I really like these dishes. The entire set for 300 euros. Really pretty. I like these plates as well. Okay, already distracted. So I'm looking for a little gilded mirror for the powder room, and perhaps some things for the bedroom, like these plates. It'd be kind of cool to find some frames and then frame these. Wow. Oh gosh, this is going to be really hard, I can tell. It's really pretty too.
Et donc en fait, c'est combien de temps? Même pas. C'est pas mon problème.
480 euros, I'm guessing, for 2 eggs.
Non, non, mais
It's beyond budget. Grabbed lemon square. I like this black one. It's kind of cool. It's almost exactly the color in the dining room. Uh-oh. Okay, I should step away from the linens. Oh, no. Just, yeah, medicine. They're getting antsy that I'm recording, maybe. So, alright, I guess I'll stop for a moment. Chicken, this silver. Gosh. So many. 30 euros. 100 euros. Hotel Newmarket, Victoria. Some more stuff. Oh look, here's another little hammer. That is, okay, 900 euros. Okay, I like this mirror, but I think it's too big for the powder room. Plus it's 320 euros. But pretty cool. Look at that. Across the top. Okay, just one thing. The other thing I needed was a chandelier for the powder room. What do you think of this one? 250 euros. It's kind of cute. Really fancy up that powder room. Okay, well stay tuned, see if I buy it. Okay, I'm not really sure what these are for, but horses. I feel like they'd be really cool as a thing to hold up, kind of like the chimney that I'm thinking of building for the kitchen. Is that a crazy idea? Would that work? I haven't quite figured it out. Huh. Find out. Okay, kind of loving this little dresser, but it's 480 euros, which is kind of more than I want to spend. And the terrain is really lovely as well. Now there's all this linen behind here, which is kind of cool. There's another little dresser here. It's 250, but I just don't like it as well. I think I'm having very much luck, but I think I'm getting wiser to pricing. So I'm kind of finding what I'm willing to pay these days, which is very low. So, yeah. If I come back later, although the prices will have gone down. Alright, a bientôt. Okay, why did I not measure the room for the mirror? Again, this one's pretty nice. It's 280 euros. It's still a lot. But I think it's too huge. So, there we go. All these sunflowers. 150 euros. chandelier I found is too big, and all the mirrors I found are too big. So I might be kind of out of luck. I'm trying to be very good and disciplined. Oh, no, no. This is for the guys. Fancy about my filming. Okay, and I'm filming the wrong way. Okay, bye. Oh dear, I'm very torn today. I really want to come in and work in the garden. Trim back some, do some pruning. It's so pretty out and warm. And my little boxwoods are slowly coming back. And yeah. But I think I am going to force myself to go back and paint. Alas. Maybe tomorrow's treat will be to work in the garden. Yeah. There seems to be a lot to do. A lot. It's like all this needs to be trimmed. I've paid a guy. I don't honestly know what he did. There's nothing really to show. I think he cleared leaves way off in that back corner and along here. But that's about it. I thought he was going to kind of get it all trimmed up. And, oh, goodness. Guess who? Guess who? Okay. Okay, I think it's happened. I think I have just finished priming the whole hall here, here, and then this whole hall. No more fuchsia. So tomorrow I get to start on the color, the color of white. A different white than the primer white, but it will still be white. But this is a massive accomplishment, so I just have to take it. So, yay me. Okay, a bientôt.